Amnesty International and the United Nations have both denounced what they have called the ethnic religious cleansing of Muslim people from the Central African Republic, capital city of Bangui, reporting that there are fewer than 1,000 Muslims left after months of sectarian violence directed at driving them all out. Christians, the majority in the CAR, have formed a militia called Anti-Balaka, or Against the Machete, and continue to rampage through the city, slaughtering Muslims and destroying their property and mosques. At Christian checkpoints around the city, Muslims trying to flee the violence are being executed. Besides violence in the capital city, UN Commissioner for Refugees Antonio Guterres estimates there are around 15,000 Muslims pinned down and at high risk of attacks by Christian militias in various locations around the western side of the country. The violence is driven by revenge-seeking Christians following a coup last year by the militant Islamist organization called Salika, who used their ill-gotten government authority to perpetrate violence against Christians. Since Salika's ouster in December of 2013, the Christian majority has been ruthless and persistent in their violence, openly declaring that it is their intent to cleanse the Central African Republic of its Muslim population, whether by displacement or execution. The UN Security Council is considering a proposal which would commit nearly 12,000 UN peacekeepers to the Central African Republic to halt the genocide, but even if the proposal is approved, peacekeepers would not likely be deployed until this summer. Neil deGrasse Tyson, astrophysicist, author, and Frederick P. Rhodes director of the Hayden Planetarium, recently appeared on the Inquiring Minds podcast to discuss his recent project for Fox and National Geographic Television, Cosmos, A Space-Time Odyssey. During the interview, Tyson addressed several topics, including climate change deniers and anti-evolutionism. Said Tyson, "I claim that all those who think they can cherry-pick science simply don't understand how science works. That's what I claim, and if they did, they'd be less prone to just assert that somehow scientists are clueless." Tyson also reiterated the fact that he prefers to teach science rather than defend it in debates with pseudoscientists and creationists. However, he pulled no punches in his depiction of precisely what he considers to be religion's largest failing, dogma. The scientist said Cosmos is an offering of science and a reminder that dogma does not advance science, it actually regresses it. The Salvation Army has settled a lawsuit it has been fighting since 2004. The charitable organization, which is also technically a Christian church, will pay $450,000 to settle the claims by Ann Lone and Margaret Geisman, two former employees in their New York division. Additionally, they agree to distribute a document to all of their employees informing them that they need not adhere to the organization's religious philosophies. The lawsuit came about when the organization required its substantially Jewish employees of the Children's Service Division in New York to fill out a form which inquired about employee church attendance and the names of their ministers. According to Lone, "We were publicly funded, we were providing services on contract with New York City and state, and they were really imposing a religious test." According to the Salvation Army spokespeople in what must be their subjective reality division, the agreement to no longer do what they had been doing and to promise not to do it in the future was confirmation in writing of policies long followed by its greater New York division.